ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So today's topic is very important, and this is specially meant for all the devotees, especially the ones who are staying in Brahmachari ashram, the ones who are staying in the bases, and the ones who are staying outside in the PGs and other places and attending the morning program. So this is a very, very important topic for everyone. Anyone who grahastha devotees who are strictly and regularly doing the morning program as per Prabhupada's morning schedule. So today's topic is how to make our morning program effective. It's an important topic, right? Because I was contemplating for myself that am I advancing in bhakti or not? To advance in bhakti, I should do more bhakti. To do more bhakti, there is no time. Means more time. It's 24 hours only. I was speaking to one very senior devotee and I was asking Prabhuji, we're waiting for this particular book of yours to be published. So Prabhuji was saying, yeah, I want to publish this book, but what to do? I don't have 48 hours. I'm short of time. And that's a fact, you see. Even if we are very sincere, serious in bhakti, still you will see that one thing that we will lack is time. Even if a devotee is very sincere, even if he wants to chant more, read more, hear more, time is less. What to do? So one thing is very clear, whatever time we have and whatever we are doing in that time has to become more effective. As simple as that. Especially when we're talking about the morning program that Prabhupada has given. You will see many senior devotees, sannyasis speak about this one point. Morning program has to be attended. Morning program is very important. If you want to advance in bhakti, morning program is very important. For a long time, I didn't understand why. But with time, it was very clear why. Because this morning dose that Prabhupada has designed for us, the spiritual dose, is a very, very intense dose. So out of 64 angas of bhakti, more than 50%, that is more than 32 angas are covered in the morning program. What is the definition of a devotee? Definition of a devotee is the one who executes 64 angas of bhakti. Very precise definition. One who executes 64 angas of bhakti. तो अभी इसमें कोई confusion नहीं होता है. Then person will not fabricate or make his own ways of doing bhakti. No, 64 angas of bhakti. Anyone who executes 64 angas of bhakti, that person can be called as a devotee. So now, at which different instances are we following the 64 angas of bhakti? Throughout the day we are expected to follow. 24/7 we are expected to follow. But Prabhupada has done this amazing service to the entire world that in the morning itself he has included more than 32 angas of bhakti. So just now I was sitting and analyzing. Angas are directly implemented early in the morning. Obeying the orders of spiritual master. That's what is the order given to us. And as soon as you start attending the morning program, you're obeying the order of spiritual master. Following the footsteps of great acharyas. That's what the great acharyas did. So we are also trying to follow in the morning. Inquiring from spiritual master. How to advance in Krishna consciousness. That's what is Bhagavatam class all about. When we hear Prabhupada's class or when we hear from senior devotees whom we take inspiration from. And when we inquire how to advance in bhakti, that's the anga given here. Being prepared to give up anything material for the satisfaction of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So devotees who attend morning program regularly starting from 4:30, they give up the most dear thing of their life. And what is that? Hari Bol. And they try to cover up that in chanting in class. Yes. See, the most difficult thing to give up is sleep. very, very dear entity early in the morning is the pillow. Very difficult. But still devotees give up. And it's a very nice element that is covered. Worshipping sacred trees. So Tulsi tree is something that we worship. And then avoiding the various offenses in chanting the holy name. So we chant 10 offenses. So just to make sure that we carefully avoid that, we are chanting that. One should decorate the body with tilak. So early in the morning after taking bath, immediately the thing that we do is we put tilak. One should accept flowers and flower garlands that have been offered to the deity and spiritual master and put them on his body. This also is done. So we accept the prasadi mala or the flowers that is offered. One should learn to dance before the deity. So in the morning, in sync when we dance, it's an offering to the Lord. It's an anga of bhakti. Therefore, it's very important that all devotees should dance. Here, because of the surrounding, we have kept it very light. So our steps are simple and we don't jump and all. But that also, if we do it in sync, that's an offering to the Lord. Therefore, we should learn how to dance. And then one should learn how to bow down immediately upon seeing the deity or the spiritual master. So as soon as devotees come, immediately they bow down. As soon as the altar opens, immediately devotees bow down. As soon as one visits a temple of Lord Krishna, one must stand up. So when the altar opens and the arti begins, so devotees stand and attend the arti, giving respect to the Lord. A devotee must visit temple at least once or twice every day, morning and evening. So the ones who have altar at home and the ones who are staying in the base, you also have big altar. And obviously the fortunate ones staying in the temple. So this is naturally done. One must circumambulate the temple building at least 3 times. So as of now, we don't have that provision. But Tulsi Maharani is a representative of the Lord and we circumambulate her every day. One must worship the deity in the temple according to the regulative principles. So Aarti happens. So in the morning you see there are 3 Aartis. First, Mangal Aarti, Tulsi Aarti, Guru Puja. So these three Aartis are happening and we are attending that. Rendering personal service to the deities. So the pujaris, they do this personal service to the deities, bathing them or doing shringar and other things. Singing. So we sing so many bhajans in the morning. Sankirtan. Devotees come together and do kirtan. Chanting, japa. Offering prayers and reciting notable prayers. So this we will discuss today in detail. Tasting Mahaprasadam. Taste क्या? पेट फटने से खाते हैं. Taste क्या है? Drinking Charanamrit. So in the temples they have this provision because every day Charanamrit is available and devotees take Charanamrit. Smelling the incense and flowers offered to the deity. As soon as the incense is lit, so the smell goes into our nose also. And flowers are given to smell. Touching the lotus feet of the deity. The pujaris have this opportunity to do. One must see the deity with great devotion. We don't have any option. You stand in front of the Lord, you have to stand with your palms joined and you're looking at the deity. One must offer artik at different times. So arti is offered. One must hear about the Lord from Srimad Bhagavatam. One must pray to the deity for his mercy. One should remember the deity. One should meditate upon the deity. One should render some service. See, look at the points which are mentioned by Rupa Goswami as 64 angas. And so many of them are getting covered. Pour water on Tulsi tree. This is also one anga of bhakti. Regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam and similar literature. Offer service to Vaishnavas. So during prasadam, we try to serve the Vaishnavas, and during chanting, we chant in such a way that we don't disturb others' service. Do whatever is done with great care and devotion for the deity. So we are trying our best to do this also. Relish Srimad Bhagavatam reading amongst devotees and not amongst outsiders. Therefore, in the Bhagavatam class, early morning, which outsider will come? It's all devotees coming together. Associate with devotees who are considered more advanced. Therefore, in various forums, senior devotees speak and we juniors we hear. So in this way, we have more than 32 More than 32 of the 64 Angas of Bhakti implemented early in the morning. This is the glory of Srila Prabhupada's morning program. And anyone who does this every day, tell me why that devotee will not advance in Bhakti. So starting from 4:30 till 9:30. So this is the entire morning program that Srila Prabhupada has given. Will include prasadam also, so 10 o'clock. So 4:30 to 10 o'clock is the morning program for all the devotees. Srila Prabhupada's quotes are very nice on this. So there are few letters in which Prabhupada, many letters, few of them I've just picked up here. These regulative functions of chanting the rounds 16 daily, rising early in the morning to attend Mangalarti, holding classes for studying our scripture, going on Sankirtan, these items must not be neglected. They will quickly advance us in Krishna consciousness and clear up all doubtful activities which have been causing mischief in our society. So if you want the entire society to grow, if you want our entire Krishna consciousness mission to expand, the first thing that the devotees have to do is make sure all these things are done. And you see, most of it is covered in the morning program. Another quote is a letter of 1972 Bombay. If you simply keep to our standard program, don't try to invent anything, road show or yoga village. That means chanting daily 16 rounds, rising early, attending Mangalarti, like that. If this program is strictly maintained amongst all the devotees, they will remain pure. And if preaching is pure, automatically leaders, managers, funds, everything will be given profusely by Krishna without any doubt. So just we have to make sure that we come together and do our morning program nicely. All these things will come. Krishna will send whatever is needed. Another letter, 1975. You must make sure that all of these devotees are following the regulative principles very nicely. Everyone must rise early, take bath, attend Mangalarti, chant at least 16 good rounds, attend class and follow the 4 relative principles strictly. If these things are lax, then there is no question of spiritual life. On the negative side, Prabhupada is saying there is no question of advancing. Another letter, 1974. You must see that they do not take birth again in this material world. That is your duty. I think it's a letter to a temple president. Therefore, you and your good wife must endeavor strongly together to become fully Krishna conscious through this temple sublime process that I have given. So Grasthas are also not exempted, they have to follow. By simply following this process without deviation, chanting 16 rounds, following the 4 regulative principles, attending classes and Mangalarti, rising early, these things will gradually bring you to the platform of pure love of Krishna, Krishna Prem. So just by making sure that we do the morning program nicely, Krishna Prem will be awarded. So these are the different quotes that Srila Prabhupada is giving just to make us understand that how important the morning program is. And now if the morning program is important, then we have to make it effective. We have to make it quality. Only when the morning program becomes quality, devotees will be nourished and devotees will be able to advance. Just to give this class, I was making sure my morning program becomes effective and quality. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, because if I have to speak, then I have to first implement myself. And it's really, really amazing and very, very nourishing. Just to make sure that morning program is effective. 2 words to remember: conscious and absorption. These are 2 words to make our morning program effective. One has to be very conscious, and second is one has to be absorbed. These are the 2 words, if we can implement, morning program will become effective. So to make the morning program effective, it starts one day before, at night. At night, devotees should take sankalpa. They should offer prayers. When we are about to sleep, I hope everyone offers prayers before taking rest, offering obeisances to one's spiritual master and the lordships. So when we are doing that, and when we are about to take rest, we should take sankalpa for the next day. We should offer prayers for the next day morning. And what's the prayer? That please help me and please bless me, please empower me so that my morning program becomes effective, my morning program becomes quality. Now this is a very, very important thing to do, because now you're taking a sankalpa and begging for prayers or begging for the mercy, and at the same time you're expressing your desire to make the morning program, to increase the quality of the morning program. So this sankalpa, this prayer one day before sleeping is very, very important, because that will be very helpful the next day. Now, as soon as we wake up in the morning, the first thing that every devotee should do is offer prayers to one spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada and their lordships. So when you're offering prayers, the standard shlokas when we chant, the pranam mantras, and after that we can always beg that please engage me in your service the entire day, and especially please help me to make the morning program effective, and please increase the quality of my morning program. We can clearly ask for, beg for, please help me to remain conscious in the morning program and make me absorbed in the morning program. See, they can do all this. Kitna bhi hum log try kare nahi hoga wo. They have to do that. And when they bless us, when they shower their mercy, this will happen. So there's a very important point. And also there's some standard prayers, which we chant in the morning. So one of the prayers which comes in 11th canto, very beautiful. There's a prayer for Mahaprabhu, and this is recommended in the scriptures to chant this particular shloka early in the morning. Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam bhrityartihan pranatapala bhavabdhipotam vande mahapurushate charanaravindam. This is one recommended prayer. 9 wonderful blessings to those who meditate on the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Deyam sada paribhavagnam. First, whatever problems are there, or whatever thing that puts down us, that particular thing will be removed. Paribhavagnam. Abhishtadoham. All our desires, spiritual desires will be fulfilled. Abhishtadoham. Tirthaspadam. So just by remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, all the auspiciousness will come. Tirthaspadam. Shiva virinchinutam. Who bows down to the lotus feet of the Lord? Lord Shiva and Virinchi. Virinchi means Brahma. Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are bowing down. Shiva, Virinchi, Nutam Sharanyam. Bhrityartihan. Whatever suffering the devotees are going through, that is just removed as soon as we meditate on the lotus feet. Bhrityartihan. Pranatapala. And anyone who is surrendered to the Lord, he will maintain that devotee. Pranatapala. Bhavabdi Potam. And the lotus feet are actually the boat for all the devotees, for all the living entities to cross the Bhavasagara. Bhavabdi Potam. Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. And so I pay my repeated obeisances to the beautiful, wonderful, all auspicious lotus feet of the Lord. Now, just imagine you get up in the morning and you chant the shloka and meditate on these 9 things those are told. That will be so wonderful. Immediately we'll be out from ignorance to directly transcendental goodness. Lekin to go from ignorance to goodness only, we take the entire morning program. First we get up and then somehow get ready, stand in front of the Lord in hallucination, complete the entire Mangalarti, somehow chant all that, whatever we chant every day. And then while chanting Hare Krishna, if the sleep was not proper, if meditation is all about material thing, go to sleep. Can you imagine such a great havoc that is happening? So the first thing that we do in the morning makes a lot of difference, and we should chant these specific prayers. We can also chant various different prayers given in Srimad Bhagavatam. There are various series of prayers, like for example, Gajendra prayers. So many devotees who have chanted this, so we can have that recording. I personally hear Brahma Samhita every day. As soon as I get up, I switch on Brahma Samhita chanting, and then I start rolling the mats and all that. That will take 10 minutes, drinking water. So most of the Brahma Samhita verses are heard. And then, when we hear all these verses and chant, mentally or loudly also, we will see that there's a different thing that takes place in one's own mind, where we become fresh. And then we can hear Srila Prabhupada's lecture. Recently, Radheshan Prabhu, when we met in Brahmachari Sangha, he was telling that you can hear some prayers and then start hearing Prabhupada's lecture. It makes a difference. I could see that. Now, hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture is very, very important early in the morning. It's a scientific thing. Early in the morning, the first 20 minutes that you do 20 minutes that you hear, that keeps going on in the mind the entire day. Now, that's a very nice thing. So first 20 minutes, what are we doing? Very, very important. So if you can hear Prabhupada's lecture and allow Prabhupada's pure Vani to enter, naturally our consciousness will be elevated early in the morning. So hearing Prabhupada's lecture. Now while taking bath, while attending nature's call, wherever, in the whatever we are doing in the washroom. So we can keep hearing Prabhupada's lecture. And we should try to be attentive. Because early in the morning, more you try to focus on the transcendental vibration, more you are ready to attend the morning program. This is all preparation for morning program, by the way. Whatever it's speaking now, it's all preparation for the morning program. So you become more conscious now as you keep hearing attentively the transcendental vibration of a transcendental personality like A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So we should hear this lecture. And mentally, in the heart, we should aspire to have effective morning program. Because if we don't have that intense desire to have an effective morning program, kaise hoga fir? It will just go on the way it is going from good number of months and years. Same thing. It will not be effective. It will not be quality. Therefore, that intense desire should be there, and we should keep thinking about this even while taking bath and doing other activities, that today at least my morning program should be effective. Right from chanting of Guru Ashtakam or right from the altar opens till Prasadam. I want to have a nice, quality, effective morning program. If this desire is there, then there is some hope. So after taking bath, we are hearing Prabhupada's lecture, we come out, we dress ourselves. So while dressing ourselves, it's very important that we consciously offer prayers and be absorbed in this one thought that I somehow or the other, I want to be conscious and absorbed in the morning program and keep praying to the Lord. See, this preparation is very important. Preparing one's consciousness before coming in front of the Lord, very, very important. If the consciousness is not prepared, then where is the question of having quality morning program? So while dressing ourselves, we can beg and pray to the Lord. And now after putting dhoti, we put tilak. Now tilak cannot be, it has to be a meditation. It has to be a meditation. Where we sit. It's not that we put tilak and on the way we are running from the room, coming to the hall and somehow put something and come out. No. We sit. And for that, at least you need 5-10 minutes to do this activity. Yes. I heard 30 seconds devotees give to put tilak. And in 5 minutes from the bed to the altar. So if that is the case, then how will you prepare consciousness? Then very difficult. Then morning program can never be effective. Can never be effective. So at least 5-10 minutes should be given to putting tilak. So where you sit and you tie your shikha first. While tying shikha, all the devotees can chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And the second initiated devotees chant the Gayatri. And after that, when we put tilak on the hand and then we start putting tilak, the first mantra that we chant is Keshavaya Namaha. So we can have some meditation. Something we should think when we are chanting Keshavaya Namaha. If possible, we can chant loudly also. So that the vibrations, it's all about transcendental vibrations entering the ear. So it can enter the ear. Obviously without disturbing others. Now when I chant Keshavaya Namaha, what can I meditate on? One thing. Tell me one thing. How Lord killed the Keshi demon. ऐसे मुंह में हाथ घुसाए थे, punch किए थे उसको. And he died. What other things can be meditated? Keshi, Keshava. So Keshava. So when you say Keshava, what should come to your mind? Okay, Lord Krishna. Obviously, all names are Lord Krishna. Yes, he has beautiful hair. So Keshava stands for the personality having beautiful hair also. So you can think of Lord's beautiful hair. Ka, Isha and Va stands for Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva paying obeisance to the personality. Keshava. Narayana. So you can think of how Lord Krishna is the source of all the Narayanas in the Vaikuntha. Madhava. He is the husband of Goddess of Fortune. Srimati Radharani is the supreme Goddess of Fortune. So Radha and Krishna together. So when you're putting Madhava. Yes. Similarly others. So the point that I'm trying to make here is, when you're putting tilak, some thought should come in the mind. And that thought, you will see, will change the entire consciousness. Putting tilak is a meditation. And therefore, one of the angas that Rupa Goswami is saying is, one should decorate the body with tilak, which is a sign of Vaishnavas. It's the anga. I was hearing in Vrindavan, there was a devotee. I was hearing the lecture of my spiritual master. Since he stays in Vrindavan, he knows so many of them. So one of the devotee there, he used to put tilak, and his entire sadhana in the entire day was putting tilak. He would put tilak, Om Keshavaya Namaha, and just keep thinking about Keshava. Why is he called Keshava? The different pastimes, different qualities of the Lord with this word Keshava. And then tilak lagate, it would be afternoon. Early in the morning he begins, it's afternoon. Now afternoon again you have to take bath, three sandhya, no? 3 times taking bath. So he goes and takes bath, and again he's putting tilak. Then it's evening. I don't know when he was having prasadam. And again he's putting tilak, and it's now time to rest. And I was hearing, just by putting tilak, this personality attained Krishna. Can you imagine? It's a powerful sadhana. Very powerful sadhana. So sitting at one place, and then your tilak and your mantras. Bas. Baki you don't care about what's happening around. And you're putting tilak, you're just meditating. So it's now just imagine if someone does all this. Don't you think his consciousness is ready to attend the morning program? This is called preparation. Preparation has to happen. And then, after doing all this, then the devotee reaches the temple hall before the altar opens. I was hearing in some other sampradayas, and even in our sampradaya for that matter, it is said that when the altar opens and the Lord glances on the devotees who are there in front of the Lord, special mercy is given to those who are there in front of the altar before the altar opens. Because that's the first glance of the Lord. So that first glance, therefore, in Sri Rangam when we had gone, so many people want to go and stand in front of the Lord in the morning. That's called as Vishwaroop Darshan. So many people want to go and stand. Therefore, I was wondering, Prabhupada is such a genius. He has put all this for us. That before the altar opens, go and stand in front of the Lord. Now, when we are there, before the altar opens, we can pay obeisance to all the Vaishnavas and chant the Vaishnava Pranam Mantra. Again and again, I would like to repeat this point, that in the morning, in the entire morning program, we have to be conscious and we have to be absorbed. 2 more things that we are trying to do in the entire morning program is, allow the transcendental vibrations to enter the ears. Second, coming in touch with spiritual entities. This is what we are trying to do in the entire morning program. Now, when we are chanting Vaishnava Pranam, we can always hear the Pranam Mantra that we are chanting, whatever we are chanting softly. And consciously offer that pranam mantra. Consciously offer the pranam mantra while offering obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. So even when you're offering obeisance to Srila Prabhupada, we have to offer pranam mantra to one spiritual master, then Srila Prabhupada. And now the altar opens. Now the devotees in attendance have come and receiving the special glance as soon as the altar opens. And then in that Dandavat position, the devotee starts offering prayers. Now these prayers have to be consciously offered, because when you're consciously offering prayers, you can always think of that personality to whom you're offering prayers. Again, we can remember one spiritual master, Prabhupada, the Acharyas in the Parampara, then Tulsi Maharani, Panchatattva, then Narsimhadev, Gaur Nitai, then we have Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani. So when you're offering that pranams to that particular personality, chanting that pranam mantra, we have to remember the lotus feet, we should remember their form. There's so much of intense meditation even before the morning program has started. Why will the devotee not get nourished if the devotee does all these things nicely? That devotee will be so nourished that he will go and give class on making morning program effective. So now we have paid obeisances. And when we are paying obeisances and remembering these personalities, the thing that is happening is we are coming in touch with transcendental entities, remember. One is transcendental vibration is entering our ears, no doubt. Second is we are coming in touch with these transcendental entities because you are remembering them, each one of them. So now the Aarti begins. Now when the Aarti begins, one thing that has to be understood as the pujari is doing arti. So the benefit of doing arti is going to pujari. But that devotee is consciously attending the arti and observing what paraphernalia is offered to the Lord. That devotee also gets the same benefit of what the pujari is getting. Pujari gets up at 3:30 and we have got up at 4. But benefit is same. Just think about it. It's a good deal. The only thing here, the only catch is one has to be conscious. Where we are observing, okay, now he has offered incense, now ghee lamp and various paraphernalia. So consciously we should observe this particular thing. Now chanting Guru Ashtakam. So when we are chanting Guru Ashtakam, one thing has to be very clear. Why Srila Prabhupada has included Guru Ashtakam in the morning? Very powerful prayer. We chant 8 verses of Guru Ashtakam. There are actually 9. 8 verses are there and the 9th one gives Falashruti. Okay, repeat after me. Srimad Guru Ashtakam etaducchair Brahme Muhurte Patati Prayatna Yastena Vrinda Vananatha Saksha Sevaiva Labhya Janushontat Eva. So here it is said, Srimad Guru Ashtakam etad uchchaihi Brahme Murte Patati Prayatnat. Those devotees who sing this Guru Ashtakam in Uchchaswar, loudly, in Brahma Muhurta, what happens to them? Here it is said, Yastena Vrinda Vananatha Sakshat Sevaiva Labhya. That devotee gets eternal service at the lotus feet of Krishna. And especially one point, at the time of his death. It means that devotee goes back home, back to Godhead. So Prabhupada made sure that he'll introduce elements in such a way that finally the devotee should go back home, back to Godhead this life. This life. So now, the glory of this Guru Ashtakam is so nice and so wonderful if you meditate. Because every verse is glorifying the spiritual master. So for us, we have to meditate that how Srila Prabhupada has done all this for us. How our spiritual master is doing all this for us. So every verse is a great glorification. We can go on having another 1 hour class on Guru Ashtakam. But we can see the meaning and we can meditate on the meaning. So when we are chanting Guru Ashtakam, clearly one has to hear and repeat. When we are hearing, we can meditate on the meaning. Samsara davanala lead loka. The entire samsara is burning like forest fire. All the jana, loka jana, everyone is suffering. Samsara davanala lead loka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. And this forest fire can be extinguished only by torrential rains from the clouds. Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya. And these rains are showered by Guru. And Guru gets the water from where? Guru gets the water from Supreme Personality of Godhead. And these are not just water, it's guna avarnasya. The entire ocean filled with quality. So he's getting from there and he's showering on us. To that great personality, my savior, dear Srila Prabhupada, I offer my obeisance unto you. Vande Guruho Shri Charanarvindam. You see, just by meditating on one of the shloka, it is so wonderful. So like that, when we chant, when the lead singer is singing, we hear, we meditate on the meaning, we repeat. This has to be done consciously and meditation has to be intense. So for every verse, we should remember something that Srila Prabhupada has done. So what will you remember in the first verse, Samsara Davanala? What will you remember? Okay, which scene we will remember? Okay, hippies. So hippies were burning in forest fire and Prabhupada went and showered rains of nectar and he saved all of them. Okay, Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita. Which scene you'll remember? Okay, some street where Prabhupada is doing Kirtan and jumping. Yes. Shri Vigraha Aradhana. Which scene you'll remember? Yes, Mangalarti. Prabhupada showing Arti to whom? Krishna Balram. That's a famous photo that we have. Chaturvidha Bhagavad Prasada. Okay, so yes, preparing prasad, that photo is there, where Prabhupada is just wearing dhoti and he's not wearing anything at the top and also we can remember he giving prasad to everyone. Yes. Shri Radhika Madhavayora Para. Tricky. So we can remember Prabhupada closing his eyes and intensely meditating. We have so many photos like that, scenes like that. And even the next one, Nikunjayono Ratikeli Siddhe. So this is yes, book distribution comes in the personal service of the Lord. This is the Sankirtan. That's the Nikunj Seva that spiritual master is doing. But also at the same time, this particular shloka, one can meditate on this, that how Srila Prabhupada is assisting the lordships in such intimate pastimes in Goloka Vrindavan. Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastra. That how everyone is glorifying all the sadhus and Shastra. Recently we have some videos where other Sampradaya Vaishnavas are glorifying Srila Prabhupada. You see the sadhus, other sadhus are saying, yes, he is that personality who has done this unfathomable task. And then, Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado. We have to meditate on this one point that if I don't get mercy of yours or Srila Prabhupada, mera kuch nahi ho sakta. If you are pleased with any of my insignificant service, please bless me. Please bless me, and whatever blessings you want, you can always offer your prayers. So it's such an active meditation, active endeavor when we are chanting Guru Ashtakam. Now in this, what is happening? You are coming in touch actively with Srila Prabhupada. You are hearing the transcendental vibrations, the glorification of the Guru, and that's how the last verse of this particular 9th verse, Falashruti, makes it very clear that devotee becomes eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. So active hearing and actively offering prayers. So this is what is the Guru Ashtakam. We can have this particular activity in Guru Ashtakam. Now after we sing Guru Ashtakam or during the Aarti going on, so the Pancha Aarti will come to us, the flowers will come to us, the water will be sprinkled on us which is offered to the Lord, the Arghya water. Now one question which I have is, what qualification we have that early in the morning we get all these wonderful auspicious things? We don't have any qualification. So this mood if a devotee can get when he is taking the Aarti and he understands one fact, I don't deserve this. But there's a mercy of spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, that they're sending this to me for my purification. I accept. And this acceptance or accepting the prasad is with great humility and gratitude. So this humility and gratitude will open up the heart of the devotee. Very, very important. The devotee feels that, no, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. But I'm so fortunate I'm getting it, so I accept. And we thank the Lord for the same. Thank you very much. Now, many of the times, unconsciously only we take and smell. Pata bhi nahi chalta devotee leke chala bhi gaya next bande ke paas. It's so unconscious. So much in hallucination at times. And sometimes the devotee, he's already taken the Aarti, but in so much of hallucination, he'll go and ask other devotee, Aaj Aarti nahi diya mujhe, kyun? And the other devotee says, tu khade khade so raha tha. So you see, there is so much of unconscious activity that is going on. Literally unconscious. Hallucination. Zombie jaisa ekdam. But if this is the active mode that we have, where we are accepting consciously, we are thanking the Lord and we are also expressing that I don't deserve it. Oh, that's the heart will open up completely to see the mercy of the Lord. So humility and gratitude. So the famous shloka which Sudama is chanting, and also Vasudev Vipra, he is chanting, Vasudev the leper, he is also chanting this. He is repeating the Sudama's prayer. Please repeat. Kvaham daridra papiya Skwa Krishna Sriniketanah Brahma Bandhurti Smaham Bahubhyam Parirambitah. Very beautiful shloka. Krishna is coming and embracing Sudama. And Sudama is expressing his humility and at the same time is expressing gratitude. So when the Aarti comes to us, the prasad comes to us in the form of Aarti, flowers or the water that is sprinkled, we should have this mode of humility. That I am daridra, I am a gone case, I am fallen. Externally, I'm acting as a devotee. Internally, I'm not. I'm a mithyachari, pretender. The Lord is so merciful that He is giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Lord is so merciful. He need not do all this, but He is doing it just for me so that I can advance in bhakti. So whenever the arati is coming to us, the flowers are coming, the water is sprinkled, this is the mood that the devotee has. Humility, that I don't deserve it, and gratitude. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to purify myself. So after that, when the Guru Ashtakam is over, we sing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we are singing, before that we sing Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra. So when we are singing Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, after we end Guru Ashtakam, we should actively meditate on this Pranam Mantra, which is nothing but the glories of Srila Prabhupada. Paschatya Desha Tarina. He removed impersonalism, voidism, and he delivered all the Westerners, including us also. So this is the meditation. When we are hearing the Prabhupada Pranam Mantra, this is the meditation, active meditation. And then we are chanting the Hare Panchatattva Mantra. Now when we are chanting Panchatattva Mantra, how many of us actually remember the personalities of Mayapur? Anyone does this actively every day? You're chanting Sri Krishna Chaitanya and you remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas. So this is something that one has to do. Very, very important. When you're chanting the Panchatattva Mantra, either you look at the photo, the Patachitra of the Lord in the altar, or you remember the beautiful deities of Mayapur, the Panchatattva deities. As I said, morning program is about two things. Coming in touch with transcendental entities by meditation and the sound vibrations, transcendental vibrations entering our ears. Now this is happening. If you meditate on them, it will happen. After remembering the Panchatattva, or in fact, even before that, after Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, in the altar we have these acharyas. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Shat Goswamis. Do we meditate on them while doing when we are standing in front of the Lord in the altar or outside the altar when we are standing? Yes. Very, very important that all these acharyas, they are all there in the altar to shower their mercy. The only thing is we have to go and approach them. So after we chant Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, we can always remember these personalities. His Grace Harikshit was telling that he remembers one quality of each devotee. And personally, I remember and meditate on the Samadhi of each devotee. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Samadhi in Mayapur. In the same campus, we have Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj Samadhi. In Godrum Dweep, we have Bhakti Vinod Thakur Samadhi. In Kola Dweep, we have Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Samadhi. And see, mind is so wonderful. The mind can go from anywhere to everywhere. Yes. So from Mayapur, immediately you can go to Vrindavan. And then you can go to Damodar, the temple, Radha Damodar temple, and take darshan of Rupa Goswami. Then Madan Mohan temple, Sanatana Goswami Samadhi. Then Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami in Radhakund. So you remember all of them. If this is difficult, then we can always remember the one quality. What do you remember when you see at the photo of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati? Simha Guru. He just roar. If you sleep in Mangalarti, he'll roar. He's standing in front of me, I was going to sort. What do you remember when you see Gaur Krishodas Babaji Maharaj? Austerity. Oh, Sakshad Vairagya Murti. Very difficult. His prasad was, he would soak the rice, kacha rice, and he'll get brinjal. He'll eat kacha rice and kacha brinjal. This was his prasad. You want to try that? When one day we can all sit together. Danger. Bhakti Vinod Thakur? What do you remember, Bhakti Vinod Thakur? Ideal Grihastha. 12 kids. So many books. Great pillar. As soon as you say ideal Grihastha, you should remember 12 kids also. Because those are connected. It cannot be 1 or 2, it has to be 12. So like this, we can remember all these personalities. Now you have chanted Pranam Mantra of Prabhupada and now you are seeing the photo. ऐसा नहीं कि बस खड़े बस पता नहीं क्या चल रहा है and then you're thinking about your office, you're thinking about what next service. नहीं, you're seeing Prabhupada's photo and you're seeing the entire Guru Ashtakam, remembering some scenes in the Prabhupada's life, and then you start looking at these personalities in the altar. From Prabhupada till Shat Goswamis, then Tulsi Maharani, then Panchtattva mantra when Panchtattva mantra is going on, you meditate on Panchtattva. In this way, finally, when the Hare Krishna Mahamantra starts, you go to the lotus feet of Krishna and you meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna. And then slowly go up and take darshan of the lotus face of the Lord. And before the Aarti ends, you offer your heartfelt prayers. That, oh Lord, if you're pleased with any of my insignificant service, please bless me with so and so. Please bless me with deep attachment, attraction, taste for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly with love and devotion for your pleasure. To serve your lordships in Vrindavan consciousness every moment. Not even for a moment I want to think or dream about sense gratification. Not even for a moment. You can always offer these prayers. We can take inspiration from Srimad Bhagavatam and offer wonderful prayers. So in this way, the first part of our day, that is the first Aarti, ends. How does the Aarti end? With Jai Dhwani. So Jai Dhwani is the time when the devotees have to take rest. Because they have to get ready for the next Aarti. Correct, no? Jai. Jai. And I sometimes wonder, there is no sound of Jai also at times. What are the devotees doing? And sometimes I've seen सब लोग उठ गए 2-3 लेटे हुए और बाकी ड्यूटी तो हो गया उठी. Jai Dhwani is such a very important meditation. Such a very important meditation. I don't know if you all know the importance of it. So it is described that without coming in touch with spiritual entities, especially Dham, one cannot excel in name, Naam. No Dham, no Naam. This is what one devotee was telling, a senior devotee. Therefore, it's very, very important that in Jai Dhwani, please understand, all spiritual entities are put up for us. Now, the one who is chanting Jai Dhwani, he has to be conscious. One who is hearing has to be very conscious. So when you say A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, you remember Prabhupada's contribution in our life and say Jai. Why are you saying Jai? Because you mean it. You're acknowledging that yes, he has done so much for me, Jai. And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai, you remember Saraswati Thakur. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, you remember all the Vaishnavas, whomever you can remember. And you can mentally pay obeisance to the Vaishnavas in Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Mayapur. Anyways, you have visited all the places. Just bow down mentally. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. So, you can remember the Samadhi of Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. Where is the Samadhi? Opposite to ISKCON temple. Yes, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhajan Kutir, opposite to that we have Samadhi. So, enter there and take darshan, pay obeisance. So, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. And then you remember that and you say Jai. Because you are remembering. And after that, Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath. So, you remember Srimati Radharani Shri Krishna. Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. Very, very important to note, Prabhupada could have removed this. In Gaudiya Math they chant all this. Prabhupada could have removed, what's the need of keeping? But Prabhupada kept this Jai Dhwani because actually it's very important. When you're chanting Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, you should be able to remember Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. At least the vague scene, vague picture, that how it looks. And then Giri Govardhan ki Jai. We have put Giri Govardhan here. I don't know how many of you have seen also. That's Giri Govardhan, not Himalayas. So you have to remember Jai. And then we talk about the 3 Dham. Brajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. So you should remember at least some place. When you say Vrindavan, what do you remember? Okay, temple, Krishna Balram Mandir. Anything else that you remember? Yes, any scene that you remember, any photo that is stuck in your mind, any scene of any place of the Vrindavan Dham. Okay, now the current scene, okay, Radha Raman temple. See, devotees remember different things. So that photo where Jamuna is flowing and we have Radha Madan Mohan temple, that's a famous photo that's there. So anything we can remember of Vrindavan. You don't have much, it's just a second, right? You're supposed to remember and say, Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki. What do you remember, Navadvip Mayapur Dham? Radha Madhav. Do you remember the Adbhut Mandir, the blue color one? So you can remember Adbhut Mandir and say, Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki. What do you remember, Jagannath Puri? आप लोग तो डायरेक्ट जगन्नाथ को ही रिमेम्बर करेंगे. आप प्रेमी भक्त है ना आप सब लोग तो. We can surely remember the temple with the chakra. That is so wonderful. And then Ganga Maya ki jai, Yamuna Maya ki jai. So you're supposed to remember the holy rivers. You all remember Ganga in Mayapur, Jamuna in Vrindavan. Yes, so we should remember that. And then Vrinda Devi Tulsi Maharani ki jai. So you should remember Vrinda Kund and the beautiful form of Vrinda Devi. If you have not gone to Vrindavan, don't worry, next year we are going. But तब तक क्या करेंगे? तब तक सोएंगे जय ध्वनि में. So search Baba, Google किसके लिए? Google इसके लिए तो है. Search for the images and see how it looks. Okay, Vrinda Kund ऐसे दिखता है. This is how the temple is. Yes. So in this way, Jai Dhwani is such an intense meditation where the devotee remembers all these spiritual entities. You're coming in touch with spiritual entities, and when you come in touch with spiritual entities, naturally we'll get purified. And naturally we'll develop attachment towards all these entities. Therefore, Jai Dhwani or Prem Dhwani is a very, very important meditation on all these different spiritual entities, especially the Dham. Karenge na? This is how morning program will become effective. And then we sit and we chant Narsimha Arati. When the devotee goes higher in one's practice of Krishna consciousness, very high stage, devotees do Leela Smaran. Leela Smaran means meditating on the pastimes of the lordships. अभी हम लोग तो उतना पहुंचे नहीं हैं. हम अपने लीला में बिजी हैं. जब अपना लीला बंद होगा, then we can meditate on the leelas of the Lord. Yes. So अभी तो we cannot do that. Meditating on the leelas of Radha and Krishna. We cannot do that now at our level. But now when we're chanting Narsimha Arati, it's the entire pastime of how Narsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu. So why can't we remember the entire pastime from 7th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, where Prahlad Maharaj is doing such wonderful devotional service. His father is torturing, but still is doing wonderful devotional service. Hiranyakashipu is asking that Prahlad, where is your Vishnu? And he's saying, Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha, Yato Yato Yami, Tato Narsimha, Bahir Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. And then he pays obeisance. Narsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapadye. And then the entire Leela starts. When Narsimhadev comes out of the pillar, Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shrangam. Very, very sharp nails of Narsimhadev. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhringam. How did Narsimhadev kill Hiranyakashipu? It was not very tiring for Narsimhadev. ऐसा नहीं कि पसीना पहुंच रहा है, खुल क्यों नहीं रहा है? There's nothing like that. He just tore apart in one go. And the comparison is given to Tanu Bhringam. The way an ordinary human being, he kills an insect between his two fingers, effortlessly. Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hari. So this is a meditation that we can have. The entire Leela Smaran can happen of Narsimhadev while singing Narsimha Arati. And then surely we can offer a prayer to Narsimhadev. See, in every Arati we should offer some prayer. We can offer a prayer to Narsimhadev that, oh Lord, you effortlessly killed Hiranyakashipu. Like an ordinary human being kills an insect between two fingers. Oh Lord, I have this Hiranyakashipu in my heart of lust, anger, greed. Please kill that. There will be no effort for you because you do it effortlessly. Please kill this demon within my heart. You can offer this prayer. And when we are chanting Jai Narsimhadev, Jai Prahlad Maharaj, we can remember Prahlad Maharaj's glories. So in this way, Narsimha Arati is not just a time to sit and relax and snore. We were singing Narsimha Arati and then I was hearing snoring sound. I looked behind and one devotee was snoring. मतलब सोचिए कि क्या लेवल है devotees का. वह कोई भी टाइम में they can sleep. If you don't have active meditation, then naturally what will happen is ignorance will take over. Lights band hai sab. Yes. और कोई कोई डिवोटीज जान मुझ के पीछे बैठते हैं एकदम कि जो थोड़ा लाइट ऑल्टर से आ रहा है वो भी मेरे पे नहीं गिरना चाहिए. एकदम दूर. Therefore, when few devotees are there in the arti, we should try to be near the altar, not very far. Obviously, not everyone can be there in front of the altar, but at least near the altar, not ekdam aise piche. Once there were only 4 devotees attending Mangal Arati. I was there in front. I think in some distance one devotee, in some distance another devotee. एक दरवाजे को touch करके खड़ा था इधर. When I looked behind, I was thinking, why when the people are repeating, why sound is not loud? I saw it and एकदम distance पे खड़े हैं सब लोग. And by the way, it was not COVID to maintain such distance. Because devotees don't know that what am I supposed to meditate on. So naturally, devotees don't understand where to stand and how to see and what to see. But when you understand what you're supposed to do standing in front of the altar, then it becomes easy. Then we can look at the form of Lakshmi Narasimhadev in the altar and take their darshan, and that's how the entire arti ends. And then the altar closes and we have Tulsi Arati. Now, to be frank, we are not at all eligible to offer the prayers what we are offering in Tulsi Arati. बहुत सारे लोगों को तो पता भी नहीं है. When devotees sing and they pronounce, no, I can easily make out who knows the meaning and who not. कुछ तो गा रहे बस. नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी. कोई बोलता है ब्रज राधा कृष्ण पाव. ब्रज है ही नहीं उसमें. But ठीक है, when senior devotees sing, their mood is different. They add the word Vrindavan. Yes. कोई बोलता है भज. अरे भज कहाँ है उसमें भज? वो senior devotees ब्रज बोले, ये सुना नहीं ठीक से, भज बोल रहा है. Now Tulsi Arati is very intense, and I'm also not very eligible to explain the Tulsi Arati. But one thing that I can say is, Prabhupada is such a genius. Forcefully he is telling, this is what you should aspire for. Forcefully. So when we offer pranams to Tulsi Maharani, the prayer is, Vrindayai Tulsi Devyai Priyayai Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradaya Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha. So who is she? She is the one who can give us Krishna Bhakti. We are offering obeisance to her. She is a pure devotee. Many times people say, I don't have association of perfected pure devotee. Arey bhai, aakh khol. Tulsi Arati mein aakh khol, dikh jayegi pure devotee. She is a perfected pure devotee standing in front of you to receive your service. Perfected pure devotee who is serving Krishna all the time. She is always there at the lotus feet of the Lord. Krishna never accepts anything without her. Such a pure devotee standing in front of you. And now you're getting an opportunity to offer obeisance. So how our obeisance should be? Therefore 3 times the prayer is chanted. Why 3 times? Contemplate on the meaning. अगर 2 time पे सो गए, तीसरे बार तो offer करेंगे ठीक से. 3 times just to emphasize and nicely offer the prayer. And then the arti begins. Again, when the arti begins, one has to look at the paraphernalia which is offered. So you should stand in such a way that you are able to look at the arti. कोई डिवोटी नीचे अपने पैर को ही देखता रहता है. इतना क्या ग्लोरियस है भाई तेरे पैर में? Lotus feet, is it? You are meditating on the symbols on your feet. Looking down. पूरा आरती खत्म नीचे ही देख रहा है वो. कुछ तो गा रहा है. Very weird. Very weird. Yes. Arti, when the Arti is going on, every devotee should observe the Arti. The Pujari is offering and you're looking at what the Pujari is offering to the pure devotee of the Lord. And then you're singing, Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Prayasi. Very, very dear to Tulsi, very, very dear to Krishna, oh Tulsi Maharani. Now Tulsi Maharani asks, so what do you want? Radha Krishna Seva Bhavo. I want to render service to Shri Radha and Krishna. Please bless me. Yes. Again you glorify. Jai Tumar Sharan Loe, Tara Vancha Purna Hoy. Anyone who takes your shelter, all their desires are fulfilled. Again Tulsi Maharani is asking, what do you want? Kripa Karo, Goro Tare, Vrindavana Vasi. Please give me residence in Vrindavan. And what's the next line? Morai Abhilash. Vilas Kunje Diyovas. Nayane Heribo Sada Jugal Rupa Rashi. Please give me entrance in Vrindavan so that I can get darshan of Shri Radha and Krishna. अभी अपने devotees को चाहिए ही नहीं है सब. Devotees are not interested only. अभी जो वृंदावन कौन जाएगा प्रभु? ठंड इतना ठंड होता है विंटर में, इतना गर्मी होता है समर में. Bangalore is best. You see, therefore these are the prayers by which our desires are modified. And then other stanzas which are there. So in this way, we offer all these prayers, understanding the meaning, hearing it carefully. Even if you don't aspire, at least remember the meaning. Very, very important. At least remember the meaning if you don't aspire for it. And towards the end of the Aarti, we can always offer our heartfelt prayers, whatever we're struggling with. We can beg and pray to her that please engage me in the service of the Lordships every moment. You're serving so nicely. Please engage me in their service. And now, since a pure devotee is there, so one has to be very eager to render some service. So with awe and reverence, we do parikrama. And we offer water. It's a service. You're offering water. So that should be done with the mood that I'm rendering service. ऐसे नहीं कि formality में बस डाल रहे. And then you get a chance to take the dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee, put it on the head, and touch the body of the pure devotee. So these are the different services, these are different activities that we do during Tulsi Aarti. Parikrama is not the time to do ramp walk. Parikrama is the time, because what are we singing? Yani kani cha pa pani. Brahma hatyadi kani cha. So one has to take that mood that I am a very sinful person. And with that repentance mood, the person goes around Tulsi Maharani begging that please help me so that I can do bhakti nicely. And you can also take an opportunity to pray for all the near and dear ones, like all our spiritual masters, our superiors, our subordinates, our equals, our family members. Take an opportunity to go around. You can offer prayers for all the newcomers. So during Tulsi Pradakshina, we can do that. Therefore, this mood of being very fallen and then understanding that and then going around Tulsi Maharani is very important. With that mood, the devotee goes around and begs and prays accordingly. After that, we sit. Because we have done so much, you sit now, it's time to relax. Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. And again, Sri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. So, though जय के बीच में there's a time to rest. अभी वो क्या devotees गाते हैं, कभी कोई बस lips हिल रहा है, no sound coming out. And in Chaitanya Shikshastakam time, I seen devotees actually sleeping. But see, please remember, these are 8 verses. Only 8 verses which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us. And we're reciting these 8 verses given by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. अगर ये दिमाग में घुस गया ना, these are the 8 verses which are given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he gave only 8 verses. And I'm chanting that. Naturally, we'll be very conscious. And we actively meditate on the meaning that is there. The first stanza, the second stanza, we go on meditating on the verses. And when we meditate on the verses, it's a prayer also, and at the same time, it's a glory also. Glory of the verses. Prayer is like, or a reminder like, Trinadapi Sunichena. You remind yourself, I want to be humble. I should be tolerant. I should give respect to others. And you offer a prayer, Na dhanam, na janam, kavitam va jagadisha kamayi. Yes. Na sundarim, devotee skip sometimes. So you offer prayer actively that, oh Lord, I don't want anything. What do I want? I just want your service and nothing else. So it's a prayer. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram. Oh Lord, I'm suffering in this world. Please give me a space of not much, like a dust particle at the lotus feet of yours. So it's an active prayer. Last 3 prayers are a bit high level. You can just chant that and understand and remember the meaning. Maybe with time, as we advance, we'll be able to relate with those 3 verses also. So in this way, we chant Chaitanya Shikshastakam and then we offer obeisance to all the Vaishnavas. When we are offering obeisance to the Vaishnavas, we can remember all the Vaishnavas all around the creation. And especially the Vaishnavas there in Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Mayapur, and the Vaishnavas around us, we offer obeisance to all of them. So this is a very important meditation. Can you imagine this entire thing that we do in half an hour, 45 minutes, is such an important activity. If someone does all this very nicely, naturally we will see that we'll be able to get nourished just by doing this morning program. 10 offenses I missed. So we're chanting 10 offenses to remind ourselves that how effectively I can offend these entities. No? how to avoid the offenses. And when we chant the 10 offenses, we can always beg and pray to the Lord that if knowingly, unknowingly, if I've committed this offense, please forgive me. This offense, please forgive me. This offense, please forgive me. After all the 10 offenses, please forgive me if I've offended any of your dear entities. Please forgive me. We can beg for forgiveness. See, Lord is ready to forgive, but we should beg forgiveness. But we don't know when to beg forgiveness. Here is a chance. 10 offenses we are chanting, let's beg forgiveness. So in this way, we can beg forgiveness and we can begin our chanting. So when we start our chanting also, very important, that devotee should be clear that I want to complete my 16 rounds in one go. If you don't have any health issues, what's the problem? Sit at one place and chant 16 rounds. I'm not very fortunate because before COVID I was able to sit at one place and chant 16, but now it's difficult because of the throat issue. So I'm able to chant max 10 to 12 rounds. The throat starts paining for me. But you all are so fortunate. Sit at one place and finish 16 rounds. So we can chant some verses. Because at times I've seen that after Mangalarti and before chanting, there is some time where devotees do some activities here and there. Say you go to the washroom to pass water, drink water, or whatever. During that time, you're preparing your mind for chanting now. So chant some verses. Any verses that you remember about the glories of the Lord. Any verses that you remember. Bhagavad-gita, Bhagavatam. Chant some verses. And if you can chant verses related to the holy name, that's best. So in this way, we can chant some verses and then sit for chanting. So that space that is there between chanting, between the Mangalarti and the chanting, it cannot just go in vain. That few minutes. Something has to be filled in that which is transcendental. मतलब इतना intense morning program, इतना intense मंगलारती की है, उसके बाद time pass करके बैठ नहीं सकते chanting के लिए. There should be something intense in between also, where you chant some verses, something you chant from Shastra, very important, and then you sit for chanting. One of the important thing which devotees miss out is somehow the love, for that mobile is so much. उठते उठते चालो. What is there so much in the mobile? See, the mobile should be touched only after morning program. This is the rule that we have in Brahmachari Ashram here. But still sometimes some brahmacharis break this rule. But mostly everyone follows. Same rule is applicable for devotees staying in the base, devotees staying outside, the Grahastha devotees. No touching of mobile till you finish your morning program. Even if you have to touch for, say, playing some lecture or hearing some bhajan, you cannot go to those different apps or wherever where you're interacting with other people. No. There's no question of opening WhatsApp or your messenger or whatever. No. No question of Instagram, Facebook, to dur ki baat hai. I'll not speak about it. It's understood. Because as soon as you start seeing what the other person has sent, you start thinking about that person. No, you're not supposed to think about anyone. You're supposed to think only about the Lord. There's no question of seeing anything on the mobile. Mobile should be far away. And I don't know, devotee, इतना क्या मजा आता है मोबाइल को बाजू में रख के चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं. And they're sincere. वो टाइमर लगाया हुआ है, किसी ने कोट रखा है. And I've seen this. चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं, कोट चेंज करने जा रहे हैं, कोट चेंज. And अभी आदत है ना. See, fingers, they have something called muscle memory. Right? So you pick up, you want to change the coat, or you want to click that how many minutes you took for whatever. वो करते करते से मोबाइल हाथ में उठा चेंज कर फटाक से व्हाट्सएप खोल लिया फटाक से एकदम. Now see, okay, it's not your mistake. Yes, what to do? Muscle memory. You don't want to open, but muscle memory. अरे यार व्हाट्सएप खोल दिया. हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा. And this realization that मैंने WhatsApp खोला, that also comes after some time. Now he's chanting and then you open Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 2-3 reply भी कर दिया messages. And suddenly then he realizes, no, what am I doing? And those devotees who want to take darshan of Mayapur deities or whatever, they also open YouTube. Oh, that is even more dangerous. फिर वो अभी बंद करते हैं टाइम बंद करके 2-3 शॉर्ट भी देख लेगा. Therefore I say, doesn't matter how sincere you are, keep your mobile far away. Keep your mobile far away. Keep in the room and come in the hall as akinchana with just a bead bag. Yes, bead bag, and obviously not just in Kopin, but bead bag both. Yes. So you're away from mobile, and when do you touch the mobile? Only after finishing the entire morning program. Entire morning program. Please remember this particular thing. While chanting, doesn't matter how sincere you are, and doesn't matter how productive activity you want to do with your mobile. No, you cannot sit with your mobile. Keep it far away. Please remember muscle memory. Even if you don't want to, your muscle memory will do the thing. So please remember this particular thing. Quickly, the rest few, because we don't have time now. Shringararti Guru Puja. We are chanting Govindam Adi Purusham. Actively we can chant. And the audio that we play is actually the 2 verses of Govindam Adi Purusham. Venum Karantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Anganya Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittamanti. Sometimes devotees, when they chant, I don't understand, what are you chanting? So please go through the 2 verses, and when you stand in front of the Lord, that's what you're chanting. You should know the meaning. And Guru Puja, very, very wonderful. Glories of Shri Guru, taking shelter of Shri Guru. We should meditate on that. And when it comes to Bhagavatam class, it's not that I will go to Bhagavatam class when it begins. Bhagavatam class begins with Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari. Prabhupada particularly included this particular song because this is a meditation on Sri Vrindavan Dham. He could have included anything else, but he included this at the start of the Bhagavatam class. So where we meditate on Jamuna, we meditate on Govardhan, we meditate on Vrindavan, we meditate on Vrindavan Bihari with Srimati Radharani and Gopis. So if you're not, there's no need of active meditation on some Leela, but we can always remember these entities, spiritual entities. And in the Bhagavatam class, when we are offering Mangala Charan, today when we offered Mangala Charan, how many of you remembered Rupa Goswami? Raise your hand. Only one. Baki log kya kare? So rahe the aap log. See, this is how we offer Mangala Charan. We have one full pranam mantra of Rupa Goswami. What is that pranam mantra? Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swa Padantikam. This is exclusive pranam mantra of Rupa Goswami, and we are Rupa Nugas, and we don't remember Rupa Goswami. Very nice. The point is 2 words: conscious and absorption. If you are conscious and you are absorbed in what you are doing, naturally you will be able to remember. So again, when you are chanting Mangala Charan, you have to remember the personalities whose pranam mantras we are chanting. And obviously during Bhagavatam class, it's a very active endeavor to remain awake. Making notes is a very easy way to remain awake, and contemplating on what the speaker is saying. If you have heard something else from other speakers, or when you have read something, you can always write that also. So what Bhagavatam speaker said, what you have read and what you have heard, you can write that also. That's how you contemplate. That's how you relate various things that you have done in the previous day or in the last 1 week or whatever. Bhagavatam class. And then the morning program, as I said, ends with prasadam. So now when you sit with the prasadam played in front of you, instead of 2x speed of prasadam prayers, it can be 0.5x speed, where you meditate on the prayers that you're chanting. How many of you chant in 2x speed prasadam prayers? Raise your hands. Me too. क्या इतना भूख लगा रहता है ना महाप्रसाद को जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु. But if you meditate on the wonderful prayer given by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one is you're repeating what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. Second is the intense prayer which talks about the kripa of Krishna will be realized. So we can try our best. See, whatever I'm saying, I'm trying myself. It's not that I'm able to follow everything as it is, but at least the elements, I know and I'm trying to follow. But then at times I also miss out. So we have to remind ourselves. So this is a class where I'm reminding myself to do the same, and I'm helping other devotees who are hearing. Therefore, when we are sitting in front of Prasad, we offer this prayer with great respect. We meditate on the meaning. We express our gratitude to Krishna to giving us for this wonderful way to purify ourselves, and we start honoring Prasadam. So in this way, while honoring Prasadam, we don't gossip, we don't chit-chat, we discuss what we heard in the class. Very important. We discuss what we heard in the class. And then that's how our morning program gets over. Now tell me, if someone does the morning program like this, quality nahi rahega uska. Won't that be effective morning program? Don't you think that from 4:30 to 9:30 and after that, the devotee will be completely surcharged to do more and more things now in the entire day. Sometimes what happens after morning program, devotee is so tired, he said, Prabhuji, bahut kar liya, 5 ghanta. Arey, morning program should boost the spiritual energy, not drain out whatever little energy we have. So that boost will happen only when it's effective. Therefore, requesting all of you that please try your best, right from the preparation for the morning program, during the morning program and end of the morning program, everything has to be with 2 words, conscious and with absorption. We have to be conscious and we have to be absorbed. And if you felt that there was some benefit by hearing whatever I spoke to make the morning program effective, please pray for me so that I can follow all this every day. Some days we are able to, but not every day. So every day, I want to do the same thing. So if you all pray, then surely it will happen. Thank you very much. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.